بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك وأتوجه إليك بنبيك نبي الرحمة محمد صلى الله عليه وآله. يا أبا القاسم يا رسول الله، يا إمام الرحمة، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا أمير المؤمنين، يا علي بن أبي طالب، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا فاطمة الزهراء يا بنت محمد، يا قرة عين الرسول، يا سيدتنا ومولاتنا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيهة عند الله، اشفعي لنا عند الله. يا أبا محمد يا حسن بن علي، أيها المجتبى يا ابن رسول الله، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا عبد الله يا حسين بن علي، أيها الشهيد يا ابن رسول الله، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن الحسين، يا زين العابدين يا ابن رسول الله، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا جعفر يا محمد بن علي، أيها الباخر يا ابن رسول الله، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا عبد الله يا جعفر بن محمد، أيها الصادق يا ابن رسول الله، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا موسى بن جعفر، أيها القاسم يا ابن رسول الله، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا، يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن موسى أيها الرضا يا ابن رسول الله، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا، يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا جعفر يا محمد بن علي أيها التقي الجواد يا ابن رسول الله، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا، يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن محمد أيها الهادي النقي يا ابن رسول الله، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا، يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا محمد يا حسن بن علي أيها الذكي العسكري يا ابن رسول الله، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا، يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا وسي الحسن والخلف الحجة أيها القائم المنتظر المهدي يا ابن رسول الله، يا حجة الله على خلقه، يا سيدنا ومولانا، إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله، وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا، يا وجيها عند الله، اشفع لنا عند الله. يا سادتي وموالي إني توجهت بكم عمتي وعدتي، اليوم فخري وحاجتي إلى الله، وتوسلت بكم إلى الله واستشفعت بكم إلى الله، فاشفعوا لي عند الله واستنقذوني من ذنوبي عند الله، فإنكم وسيلتي إلى الله، وبحبكم وبقربكم أرجو نجاة من الله، فأكون عند الله رجائي. يا سادتي يا أولياء الله صلى الله عليهم أجمعين، ولعن الله أعداء الله الظالمين من الأولين والآخرين، آمين رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد.
الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين الهداة المعصومين المكرمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين الهداة المعصومين المكرمين لا سيما بقية الله في السماوات والأرضين روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء. We started talking about one of the important Islamic ahkam that is called hiba, but this Tuesday inshallah, because we are having program online and we left Tuesdays for the ahkam, inshallah I would like to explain everything about hiba generally. What does hiba mean, and what are the qualities of the person who gives gift, and what are the qualities of the person who receives the gift, and what are the qualities of the gift itself. Inshallah, I will explain everything to you, and then if you have any question, you can actually contact me on my number 973-610-5871 and send me your questions. Inshallah, I will explain your question, inshallah, next week as well on the videos. So as you know, hiba in Islam means gift. But the gift in Islam has its own regulation and its own rules. Most of our maraja believe that when someone gives you a gift, if it exceeds your annual expenses, you have to pay khums from it. Because like if I give you $100 now, if you don't use that $100 for the day of your khums, it can be any day. One thing I have to clear it here, because most of the people think about 12 months. No, it's not that. So everyone should have one day for the khums. You should sit down with me or some other brothers and ulama and clear your khums, and you should call one day of the year for your khums. At that time, you can actually, every year at that day, if anything exceeds your annual expenses, that means it's extra, you have to pay khums. It's like if your day of khums in a year is the beginning of the month of Ramadan, for example, and I give you $100 2 days before the month of Ramadan, and the day that you have to separate your khums, that day is only 2 days. You only had the $100 2 days in your hand, and then you have to pay khums from it. Sometimes like 4 months, 5 months before the month of Ramadan, for example, if I give you now $100, and at the beginning of the month of Ramadan, which is the day of your khums, for example, and the day that you have to clear your money and your expenses, that day, whatever you have extra, you have to pay khums from it. It's just like the taxes. Look at in America, for example, it's like one day in a year you go to your accountant and you actually clear your taxes, and you show your expenses, and also whatever is left you have to pay tax from it. It's like if you make a $50,000, so you show the expenses, $20,000 expenses, $30,000 left, and you have to pay tax from that $30,000. And even if you actually, guess like you go for your tax agent on, for example, January, even if someone give you like a $200, if something goes to your account, like $200-300, $2,000-3,000 in your account before the month of January, is still you have to pay khums, you have to pay tax from it. Khums is exactly like that. So the hiba and the gift, only couple of the maraja say the hiba does not have khums, but most of the maraja, the majority of our scholars believe that when someone gives you a hadiyah or a hiba or a gift, if it exceeds your annual expenses, you have to pay khums from it. So this is about hiba. And the hiba actually must not be from haram items. Because like if someone gives you a pork, or like a wine or anything like that, because these things, or maita is like the animal is a halal animal, but it's not slaughtered Islamically. Because like if the sheep is not slaughtered Islamically, that sheep will be haram, and that sheep will be maita. And maita is something that's haram to sell, haram to buy, and haram to carry. And if maita touches your body will become najas. You have to wash it in order to pure it. So this is maita. So the gift must not be from haram items or from even maita. It's like if someone buys a piece of, for example, meat from the haram place, and he wants to give a gift to you, you can't accept it. And you can't even give that to someone else. So it's like if you want to give someone else who is even not Muslim, you can't buy something haram and give it to him. Even if you want to give something to someone as a gift, that item must be from halal. It's like if you want to give a friend something, you have to buy a chocolate or something that is Islamically halal. You can't buy something haram because you say to yourself, it's okay, he's not Muslim, I don't care, so I'm just going to give it to him. It's not my business. You cannot say that in Islam. So the gift in Islam typically must be from halal sources. And the person actually who gives the gift, he needs to have 4 qualities. Baligh, aqil, qasd, ikhtiyar. We already talked about it. That means the person, just like if someone wants to give you a gift, he needs to have these 4 qualities. First of all, he needs to be baligh. He needs to be on his Islamic legal age. It's like 15 years old for men, 9 years old for girl. Aqil, he must be completely aqil, the person with a complete aqil, no mental person. And qasd means that he has the intention of giving that thing to you. So maybe sometimes accidentally someone gave something to you. It's like he puts his hand in his pocket and accidentally he takes his phone out and puts it in your pocket. And he suddenly looks around and says, where's my phone? Why did I put my phone in your pocket? You know, it happens sometimes. So this is not hiba, this is not gift. So it must be with qasd, it must be with an intention. And also ikhtiyar. Ikhtiyar means the person should have the permission of using that. It's like if I want to give you something, that item must belong to myself. I cannot give your items, your phone or your pen or your wallet to someone else. I can give from my own property to someone else, but I cannot. Or sometimes something is with me as an amanat. So it's like so you give me $100 and you tell me like this, Sayyid, keep this $100 for me and I take it back from you. I can give that as a gift to someone else. Or for example, sometimes it's like these banks like take the houses and the house actually belongs to the bank. So the person is sitting over there until they find the customer for the bank, for the house. So the person cannot give this house gift to someone else. So this is the Islamic law as well. That Islam says ikhtiyar means like when you want to give something to someone, you need to have the ikhtiyar, permission of using that. The person who receives it, he needs also to have these 4 qualities. What are the qualities? The qualities are baligh, aqil, qasd, ikhtiyar. It's like if I want to give you something to someone, that person should be baligh, that person should be aqil, that person should have qasd. That means he should take it intentionally from you, not just like accidentally takes it from you. And ikhtiyar. So same thing with the person who receives it. So this is another thing. And what about if the person is underage or the person is mental, he doesn't have aql and intellect? What about that? Those people, Maraji said the father and the grandfather from father's side can take the gift on your behalf. It's like if you want to give something to my son, he's 8, 9 years old, I can take it from you on his behalf. And here is something about like if you want to give something, for example, a father wants to give $1,000 for his son, and if he gives $1,000 for his son now, so he's probably going to lose it. So the father has the wilayah to keep this $1,000 for him until he becomes baligh. When he becomes baligh, you can give the money to him. During this time, what about the khums? The khums, the father can separate the khums on his behalf, or when he grows up and he becomes baligh and he receives the money, that time he should separate the khums from it. So this is about the underage. Or majnoon, the person who is actually does not have aql and he is mental, this person is also not allowed to take the hiba, the gift, and the father and the grandfather can take from. If someone becomes majnoon and gets mental problem after the age of balaghat, it's like someone becomes mental at the age of 20, can father and grandfather take hiba and gift on his behalf? No. They should consult with the marja and the hakim shara and the scholar of the area, and then they will actually find a solution to take the hiba from the person on his behalf. The other thing that actually we talk about, and I'm just going to explain it to you generally today, it's about the qabd. So the thing actually that you give to someone, that thing must be taken by the receiver of the gift. It's like if I want to give you $100, the $100 must be transferred to your hand. You should take it. Sometimes something is transferable, such as money, for example, phone, pen, and things like that. Sometimes it's not transferable, such as like land, house, or for example, farm, things like that, trees. These things actually can be given to someone, but the mistaq and the confirmation of this is depends to the person who gives and who receives. Because like if I have a house here now, for example, like I have my house and my house is paid off, I want to give it to you, for example. So if I tell you like this, I want to give my house to you, and this is 100% my house and no one else has power in it. I have 100% permission to give my house to whoever I want. And you can tell me like this, yes, I take it from you. I take this gift from you. So Islamically, this house will be yours. Of course, you have to write the letters, you have to write the deeds and everything, but these things are something to make it better deal. But once I give it to you, and once you receive it, it's going to be yours. Because you see, a lot of people are, maybe around the world, you can find, like, for example, the person has the house, but the house is on somebody else's name. So this doesn't mean that it's not my house. So everything is on the niyyat. إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّات. So this is about the qabz and receiving. Sometimes a hiba can be given to someone, but he doesn't have to take it right away. It's like, if I want to give you something right now, you can take it, or you can tell me I will take it in January. Is this hiba accepted or no? Yes, this hiba is accepted, it's fine. I can give you this phone, for example. This is my phone, I want to give it to you. Okay, and you accept it, and you say yes, I'm gonna take it. So, but I'm not gonna take it now. I'm gonna take it in January 2022, for example. So during this time, or for example, you tell me I'm gonna take this on February 2022. During this time, if I die, then you can't take this phone. It goes to my waratha. If you, God forbid, die, you cannot take it. Your waratha, your family member cannot tell me like this, yeah, my father, remember you give this phone to my father, but you don't give it to him, give it to us. No, I can't give it to them because I promised him. So during this time, if, God forbid, I die or he dies, everything, like if he dies, so I don't want to give it just to waratha. I don't want to give to the children or to the family member. If I die, God forbid, it goes to my waratha. So he cannot come and talk to my children like this. Yeah, your father, give me the phone. Give me the phone because I told him I'm going to take it from him on February. So he can't say that. He cannot say that. What about if the price of this phone during this time goes up? Because like now this phone is $900. And next month, this phone will become $1,200. So on February, I have to give this phone to him. But the price is now different. Now it's $900. The time that he receives it will be $1,200. So there's a $300 difference. Who's going to take this $300? Me or him? I am going to take the $300. Because when I gave the phone to him, it was $900. But now it's $1,200. So I can give it to him $900, or I can give him this. I can give him this phone to him, but he should give me back $300. This is another thing. One of the places that you cannot take the gift back is about your family member, father, mother, brother, sisters. If you give something to them, you cannot take it back. One of the places that you can't take the gift back is the time when the gift is damaged. It's like if I give you this phone, and you're not even my family member, but you broke it, and I cannot, and tomorrow I say, can you give me my phone back? You say, no, I don't want to give it to you back because I broke it. So you can say that Islamically. One of the thing that actually is important is about the iwad. Because like if I want to give something to you and you give something else instead to me, it's like I give you this phone, and then you give me another phone or cheaper or whatever instead of this one, and I accept it. So later on, I cannot actually change it. I cannot say, you know what, I gave it to you, the phone, can you give me back? And you say, no, I'm not going to give you back because I gave you something instead and you accepted it. So this is also Islamically not allowed to take the gift back. And the other place that you cannot take the gift back, when you do it qurbatan ilallah. It's like you come to masjid and you give $100 for masjid, qurbatan ilallah, that's it. It's not going to be yours anymore. Or you give sadaqah. Or for example, you give khums. You give a khums to someone and once he receives it, you can't tell like, you know what, yesterday I gave you the khums, give me back. You cannot say that. So these were the ahkam for hiba. And inshallah ta'ala, if you have any question, you can also call me or text me inshallah. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج اللهم اقض حوائجنا الشرعية جزئية وكلية دنيوية وأخروية ظاهرية وباطنية بحق محمد وآله خير البرية رحم الله لمن قرأ الفاتحة مع الإخلاص والصلوات اللهم صل على محمد